take it to the house.
Francis Monitis works through Rinson, has a chance, score!
Off the tip of the glove of the first baseman, Benedict. Actually recovered, and did they get her? They did!
Oh, he has wide open. Dave McKnight gets the touchdown.
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
And now, at this time, please stand and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem performed by the Mohawk Warrior Marching Band.
Good evening, coming to you live from Taggart Stadium. It's the 45th annual Lawrence County Band Fest here at LCSportsNet.com. I'm James Dotson here for the fun. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Jesse Croach, Mr. Tom Schaffner. They've been doing this for all 45 years. Unfortunately, Mr. Schaffner unable to be here tonight. You'll hear Mr. Jim McKim, longtime choir director at Mohawk, will also be part of the PA announcements over the course of tonight's broadcast. Today's broadcast brought to you by UPMC, by Maley Chiropractic, MVP Insurance, Castle Asphalt, The Red Zone, Doran Concrete, Medora Bonner Law, Nick's Auto Body, the Newcastle Transit Authority, Joseph's Marketplace, Penn Ohio Bottled Water, Gem Master Builders, The Crane Room Grill, Ponch's Insurance, Works in Progress Paint Services, the City Rescue Mission, Luxembourg Garbett Kelly and George, Parada Jones McCree, Specialty Cookies, and Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. First band tonight is the Union High School Scotty Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Devin Householder, and here is Mrs. Diana Farrell as the PA announcer here for the Scotty Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special halftime show. We're celebrating the Scotty Centennial, 100 years of tradition and excellence, with our first graduating class, the Scotties of the class of 1926. What better way to do it than with a tribute to some of the greatest rock and roll anthems with a distinctly Scottish flavor. Your very own Union Scotty Marching Band is ready to transport you across the pond. Drum Major Charlotte Durallo and Kaylee Flowers, is your band ready? We're kicking things off with an energetic tune that's guaranteed to get your feet tapping and your heart soaring. A song that encapsulates the true spirit of devotion featuring our majorettes. From the legendary Scottish duo, the Proclaimers, prepare yourselves for the iconic I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles. This anthem became forever linked with the classic 80s film, The Breakfast Club, and reminds us all to cherish our memories and friendships. Get ready to sing along to Don't You Forget About Me. Though often associated with Australia, our next band boasts strong Scottish roots for their iconic lead guitarists, Angus and Malcolm Young, who were born in Glasgow. Get ready to be rocked to your core by the legendary AC/DC and their electrifying hit, You Shook Me All Night Long.
The Scotty Centennial, the 100th year of the Union High School Scotty Marching Band. Their drum majors, Charlotte Durarlu and Kaylee Flowers, Gabby Rice and Corinne Shannon are the Scotty Girls captains with Elizabeth Glidden, the majorette captain. Scotty Centennial there for the Union Scotty Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Devin householder. Lots of great people to be able to thank over the course of this evening, but especially all these directors giving us great information on their bands, and we're excited to be able to showcase them here tonight, as we do all through the year, and that's been part of our fun too this year with the Band of the Week awards. Be able to showcase some of these fabulous athletes that are out there with the instruments, the flags, the dance line, all the above, supporting on Friday nights, but get a chance to showcase them here tonight at the Lawrence County Band Fest. Next up is the Elwood City Marching Blue Band. Let's turn it over for their PA announcer, Mr. Bill Gilkey. Oh, get that trombone. Look at that trombone having fun in front. It is a Halloween theme. More on that in a moment. It feels like Friday the 13th.
Good evening, ladies
It's
and
October
gentlemen.
1st. It is Halloween month. How fitting here
Fright and Funk show.
for the Fright and
Tonight
Funk.
we begin with a classic from a 1986 Broadway classic. Here is our rendition of Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantom of the Opera. Stevie Wonder's iconic 1972 song. Here is Superstition. in this 1976 hit from the Blue Oyster Cult. Here is Don't Fear the Reaper. Show with a blast from the past from 1992's Pablo Honey album. This is Radiohead's Creep. Logistics coordinator, Mrs. Janelle Berchinski. I am Bill Gilkey, the voice of the Blue Band. Thank you for your support and thank you for supporting music education in Lawrence County. gentlemen, the Blue Band Funk. Round of applause to the Lincoln High School Marching Blue Band under the direction of Mr. Dean Lee Homewell Jr.
The Elwood City Lincoln High School Marching Blue Band, again under the director of Dr. Lee Caldwell Jr. Drum majors Lila Fox and Peyton Confer giving us a beautiful, again, the Fright and Funk, of course, Blue Band Funk, but he made a promise to the director 4 years ago that if there ever was a Friday night Halloween, they would do a Halloween-themed show, which was a lot of fun. Next coming up is the Wilmington Greyhound Marching Band. Mr. Jonathan Nickel is going to do the announcing, the director for the Greyhound Marching Band. Drum majors are Olivia Hendrickson, homecoming queen, by the way. Congratulations, Olivia. And William Majazowski.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly
Matisovsky.
the Wilmington Greyhound Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Jonathan Nickel and field direction of senior drum major Olivia Hendrickson and junior drum major William Matisovsky. Reopening tonight's performance with Blondie's electrifying hit single from 1980, here is Call Me. Listen as we perform the hit song, Take On Me.
next song is a tribute to some of the most iconic rock anthems by the British rock band Queen. Featured in this medley are Bohemian Rhapsody, We Will Rock You, and Another One Bites the Dust. Sit back and enjoy as the Greyhound Band rocks out with the music of Queen. In 1979 on the album Parallel Lines by the band Blondie, this next song topped the Billboard charts in both US and Canada. We will once again feature our silk line led by Reese Buckner and Elizabeth Zanu as we perform One Way or Another. Our final number comes from the debut album by the band called The Killers. Released in 2003, it was named the Song of the Decade in the United Kingdom. Prepare yourselves for the high energy of our traditional band dance, choreographed by this year's senior class, as they dance to the drum solo written by junior Rachel Smith. Here is Mr. Brady.
Over 100 members strong, the Wilmington area Greyhound Marching Band. Again, Olivia Hendrickson and William Matisovsky, the drum majors. Reese Bruckner and Elizabeth Zayer are the band front section leaders. Bill Boyle, the featurette twirler. And again, the drumline solo written by Rachel Smith, and the band dance, of course, by the seniors as well. Great stuff. Want to mention they still go away to a band camp. Not enough bands, I think, have that opportunity, and they take full advantage of it, and some great sound coming from the Greyhound Marching Band. They'll be going to the Magic Kingdom in Orlando here next year, or later this year, in April, I should say. Also next year, though, maybe some new uniforms, it sounds like. Hint, hint, wink, wink, says director Jonathan Nickel. Big fun stuff from the Greyhound Marching Band. We flip things over, pun intended, to the Shenango High School Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Doug Butchie. We'll turn it over to him and the Wildcat Marching Band under Drum Major Aiden Schreck. And we say flipping because Mr. Schreck does the pregame flip at all home games. We're flipping out because, unfortunately, they will not be doing that part of their show here tonight. But make sure you tune in a couple weeks, the next Shenango home game that we'll be covering on a Friday night. For sure, we will be making sure that he is, right as you watch him right there, Mr. Schreck, flipping his way at midfield for the Wildcat Marching Band. I still hope maybe he does. We'll get him a shirt if he does.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the field command of Senior Drum Major Aiden Schreck, please welcome the Shenango Wildcat Marching Band. We open our show this evening with a classic rock anthem from 1976, known for its powerful guitar solos. It became one of the most recognizable songs of its time and was even named one of the top 10 guitar riffs of all time. We hope you enjoy this Kansas classic, Carry On, Wayward Son.
diving into the world of the Rolling Stones with a unique track that mixes rock with unique Indian instrumentation. Released in 1966, this haunting song struck a chord with fans worldwide. We feature our dance line and majorettes now to the power of Paint It Black. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the Shenango Wildcat Marching Band.
Shenango Marching Band, again, Aiden Schreck, the drum major. Give a shout out to their other student leaders, President, VP, and Secretary Joseph Esposito, Zoe Bupp, and Trevor Kaufman,
The Wildcat Marching
respectively.
Band is under the direction of Mrs. Austin Alloy.
Big shout out again to
Patron advisors
our
are Mrs.
announcers, Mr. Jesse Croach. Been doing this for 45 years with Mr. Tom Schaffner. Unfortunately, Mr. Schaffner not here tonight. Shout out to Mr. Jim McKim joining in for the festivities here this evening. Next, coming up, the Neshannock Marching Band. You'll see their traditional senior instrumentalist feature in their final song. No specific theme for director Kim Heim and company, kind of her tradition.
Mr. Jim McKim for filling in tonight, announcing for the sick Tom Schaffner. So thanks, Jim, for filling in, and take it away.
We appreciate it, Mr. Schaffner. Hope you're tuning in. Hope you're enjoying everybody joining in, watching at lcsportsnet.com. Drum majors Madison Lysiak and Catherine Spohr for the Shannon Lancer Marching Band. Leadership captains Anthony Bender, Ava Boazzo, and Jax Straley for the Neshannock Lancer Marching Band. Want to give a shout out to 18 new instrumental members this season. I know a few others who switched instruments over the last couple of years as well. Versatility, the word of the night for the Lancer Marching Band. Here's Eden Gaius, the PA announcer for the Lancer Marching Band.
Elizabeth Pucci, Tara Montgomery is the Lancer Ed Advisor, and Connor Proctor, Eden Geiss, Mia Perino, Lena Grossman, and Gabby Hitch are assistant staff members. Grade level captains are Anthony Bender, Ava Boazzo, and Jack Straley. Molly Beckley is the band historian. The band is led onto the field by drum majors Madison Lysiak and Catherine Spohr. The Lancer Band would like to present the 2025 halftime show. Our first tune was released in 1986 by Bon Jovi. Here is You Give Love a Bad Name. Feature are Lancerettes, first released in 1967 by Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. The song gained even more popularity when Diana Ross recorded in 1970. Here is Ain't No Mountain High Enough. section will again feature our Lancerettes. Released in 1981 by Earth, Wind & Fire, this next tune features a post-disco feel and a catchy bass line. Please enjoy the Lancer Band's performance of Let's Groove. The band's closing tune was first performed in 1983 by Bob Haggard and Ray Rudak. Since then, this classic swing tune has been covered by several artists and groups, featuring our instrumental seniors Nate Anderson, Ava Brazil, Maxton Burkett, Callie Duffy, Ruby Evans, Christian Hale, Ethan Jackson, Sienna Carmacy, Madison Lysiak, Marley Moreland, Lexi Pino, Jack Streeley, and Lucas Walzer. Here is Big Noise from Winnetka.
The Neshannock Lancer Marching Band, again on direction of Miss Kim Heim. Big stuff from the Lancer Band. Big thanks to everybody yet again here at Taggart Stadium, Newcastle. Mr. Yoho, you'll see him here in a moment with the Newcastle Hurricane Marching Band. Big shout out to the Cooler Natel, Mr. Bob Natel, Assistant AD here at Newcastle, doing great stuff for us. Always so hospitable here at Taggart Stadium. Here comes the Newcastle Marching Band Cheyenne Conti and Joe Marshall, your drum major, under the direction of Mr. Nick Yogo. And you got Kalia Gardner and Lainey Manafrang on the mic here for the Red Hurricane Marching Band. Classic Billboard charts coming your way. Here, Carry On My Wayward Son here again, and of course their candy cane features coming out as well.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Newcastle Red Hurricane Marching Band. The band is directed by Mr. Nick Yoho and assisted by Mr. Jacob Sizer. Drum majors are Cheyenne Conti and Joe Marshall. Tonight, for your entertainment, we will present a show filled with music throughout the decades that have topped the Billboard charts. We begin with the song made popular in 1976 by the band Kansas. This song peaked at number 11 on the Billboard charts. We hope you enjoy Carry On Wayward Son. Our next song debuted in 2014 and peaked at number 3 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 and hit number 1 in the UK. We will now feature our high-kicking candy canes, The Bang Bang by Jessie J, featuring Ariana Grande and Nicki Minaj. Our next song was made popular by Shawn Mendes in 2016 and debuted at number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100, eventually reaching number 3 later that year. We get once again feature the Candy Canes to There's Nothing Holding Me Back. Our final song this evening is one of the most successful songs by the Foo Fighters. It was released in 2007. We will now feature the Flatline along with Isabella Serrano, Ethan Matthews, and Joe Marshall on the trumpet solo to the hit song The Pretender.
The Newcastle Red Hurricane Marching Band. Seniors Joe Marshall and Cheyenne Conti are the drum majors, and historic, the first ever candy cane, also a drum major in Newcastle marching band history there for Miss Cheyenne Conti. Great crowd yet again. Glad we were able to do this. It is a week late. The rain date is last week. We had it last week. You'd have had everybody packed underneath the overhang here, to say the very least. Glad we can be able to make this rain date happen and get all the bands here in full form. Next coming up, the Mohawk Marching Band, the Warrior Marching Band. Mr. Jason Zay, the director, and here's Matt Kingman to do the announcing here for the Warrior Marching Band.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the field the 2025 Mohawk Warrior Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Mr. Jason Zay with Assistant Director Justin Adicott and Auxiliary Advisor Mrs. Stephanie Zay. Band assistants are Miss Anna Donofrio, Miss Savannah Telshaw, and Auxiliary Assistant Miss Brooke Doherty. This year we proudly present our halftime production, Weekend Warriors. We'll kick it off the weekend with Say Amen Saturday night, made famous by Panic at the Disco. Our second feature will bring the bold power of Demi Lovato's Confident. And to finish, we'll battle it out with Elton John's rock anthem, Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. Drum majors Mark McKinney and Taylor Cully, is your band ready? Sit back and watch as the Mohawk Warrior Marching Band will march, play, and conquer the weekend.
Weekend Warriors. It's Wednesday night here on the Lawrence County SportsNet. Big thanks to all of our great sponsors who have been so great to us, and thanks to everybody here at Newcastle. Great stuff from everybody here, the entire staff, as well as our, of course, great help here from everybody at Newcastle. Big shout out to all of our sponsors: UPMC, MVP Insurance, The Red Zone, Medora Bonner Law, Newcastle Transit Authority, Gem Master Builders and Craftsmen, the Crane Room Grill, Specialty Cookies, the City Rescue Mission, Parada Jones McCree, Maley Chiropractic, Castle Asphalt, Doran Concrete, Nick's Auto Body, Penn Ohio Bottled Water, Joseph's Marketplace, Pontius Insurance, Works in Progress Paint Services, Luxembourg Garbutt, Kelly and George, and of course Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Spartan Marching Band coming your way next.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Under the direction of Mr. Scott Boyer, here is Michelle Miller to introduce the Spartan Marching Band.
Tonight we bring you the dynamic show, Colors of Rock, where each note paints a different shade, each song tells a different story, and each rhythm brings us closer to the soul of music. Our drum majors are Nora Johns and Macy Miller. Drum majors, is the band ready? Our first song is from Red Hot Chili Peppers, titled Higher Ground, which features the Spartan drum line. Dance line is featured in this song titled Everybody Talks by Neon Trees, led by co-section leaders Madeline Doolittle and Natalie Rogers. features Welcome to Paradise, song by Green Day. This song features our Spartan Color Guard led by section leader Delaney Brightshoe. We end our Colors of Rock show with Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult. young men and women. Our marching band is under the direction of Mr. Scott Boyer. The percussion instructor and assistant band
The Laurel Spartan Marching Band, again, drum majors Nora Johns and Macy Miller. Give a shout out to all their section leaders listed tonight. Erica Wagner, Peyton Milchick, Aiden Mack, Amber Kirkwood, Cassia Pomlasak, Ellery Mack, Jonah Gilmore, Tyrone Kunselman, Madeline Doolittle, Natalie Rogers, Delaney Brightshirt, and Ava Elliott. The Laurel Spartan Marching Band. That means one band here left to go. It is the Westminster Titan College University, marching band. They will be defying gravity here tonight under Field Commander Benjamin Burke. Dr. Aaron Himes, the Director of Bands for the Westminster College Titan Marching Band.
The Westminster College Titan Marching Band, under the direction of Dr. Aaron D. Himes.
Please welcome to the field the 2025 Westminster College Titan Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Aaron D. Himes, dance line co-captains Cameron Andrews and Haley Bell. The band is led onto the field by Field Commander Ben Burke. Tonight's halftime show is all about defying gravity. The Titan Marching Band begins with Danger Zone, the 1986 classic from Top Gun. Field Commander Ben Burke, is your band ready? The king of pop has many notable hits, including Smooth Criminal, Thriller, and Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. A hallmark of his performances is his gravity-defying dance moves. Next, we feature the Westminster College Titan Marching Band's dance line, the Titanettes, in Beat It. come with the Titan Marching Band as we come together and learn to fly. Westminster College Titan Marching Band is open to all students on campus, regardless of major. Several current members are proud alumni of schools participating in the festival this evening. Before we perform our final music selection, we would like to recognize those Titans who have graduated from the high schools here tonight. From Laurel School District, Alexandra Herr. From Mohawk Area School District, Josh Patton. From Mohawk Area School District, Sylvia Telshaw. From the Shannock Area School District, Emily Schaefer. From Newcastle Area School District, Stephen Gibson. From Shenango Area School
Band.
All that was missing was the PA announcer giving us a little Cynthia Erivo, or giving us that little, oh, whoa. I'm not going to try to do it either. The Westminster College Marching Band, again under the direction of Field Director Benjamin Burke, and Director of Bands is Dr. Aaron Himes.
First of all, Mohawk and Laurel co-hosts for tonight's festival. Mohawk, Jason Zay, Director, and Laurel's Director, Scott Boyer. We'd like to thank them. We want to thank the Newcastle Area School District for allowing tonight's performance to be held once again here at Taggart Stadium. Along with that, could I draw your attention to the program and acknowledge some of our special thanks. Mr. Fred Mazzocchia, Newcastle Athletic Director, Mr. Joseph Ambrosini, Business Manager, Ms. Janny Miller, Assistant Business Manager, Mr. Jesse Croach and James McKim, Festival Announcers, Lawrence County music teachers, past and present, the Westminster College School of Music, the Brighton Music Center, Premier Tour and Travel, Music Showcase, Lawrence County EMS, Lawrence County SportsNet, and parents of all county band students.
And again, big thanks to Mr. Schaffner and Mr. Croach. Began this so many years ago. Mr. Schaffner, hope you're feeling better. Hope you're able to tune in and watch tonight, because this has been another fun 45th annual edition of the Lawrence County Band Festival. And now the tradition, over 600 musicians will be out there on the field for this final shot, this final musical performance here coming up, under the direction, of course, of Mr. Jesse Croach. We'll have a moment. There'll be a lot of photos from tonight's broadcast as well, and from tonight's event, I should say, courtesy of Something for Your Wall Photography. Big thanks to her. And again, big thanks to all the directors giving us some great information. Big thanks as well to everybody as part of getting this set up, everything at Newcastle. All of our great sponsors all year long at lcsportsnet.com. Big thanks to Westminster Cable Network as well for streaming tonight's event as well. Stay tuned after this final piece. We will also announce, as we always do, our Melee Chiropractic Play of the Game and our MVP Insurance MVP of the game as well.
The Wilmington Area Greyhound Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Jonathan Nickel. The Shenango Wildcat Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Doug Butchie. The Neshannock Lancer Marching Band under the direction of Ms. Kimberly Heim. The Newcastle Red Hurricane Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Nicholas Yoho. The Mohawk Warrior Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Jason Zay. The Laurel Spartan Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Scott Boyer. And the Westminster College Titan Marching Band under the direction of Dr. Aaron D. Himes. At this time, I would please request that percussion please take your place behind your band.
I'll give a shout out real quick. Ashley Pistachio, one of our workers tonight, Neshannock class of 2008, former Lancerettes.
Laurel band director Jesse Croach, who started this tradition 45 years ago.
Quick shout out as well, Josh Toman, class of 2022 from Union Area High School. Rob Nattel, thanks for coming. Your Lawrence County marching band members
Thank you, Mr. Croach.
for the 2025
and thank you to
Lawrence County Band Festival. Again, shout out to the Shannon graduate Asher Pistachio out there in the camera, Lanceret, former Lanceret, Josh Toman, class of 2022 from Union, trumpet player. Our producer, Mr. Matt Flannery, who's somehow magically kept himself off of the camera, Newcastle graduate and former trumpet player. Tweety Bird, tweeting for us there from out in D.C., 2021 graduate from the Shannon High School and former drum major and clarinet player. And Rob Nattel again, thank you for coming. Glad to do this. Been a tradition from the beginning, something we want to make sure we kept going. Dates all the way back to the Westminster College Cable Network days as well. As everybody gets out of here, we got to get some awards to go out, and we're going to start with our MVP Insurance MVP of the game, and we're going to go with the final group from Laurel. The Laurel Drum Majors are our MVPs of the game. A lot of great salutes tonight, but a little Hey Macarena is going to put them over the top. So we're going to give the Laurel Drum Majors as your MVPs of the game. Nora Johns and Macy Miller are the MVP Insurance MVPs of the game. Call MVP for the win. Play of the game. Again, there are a lot of options here to go with as well. But the one that stuck out to me from the very beginning, and it's, again, one that's out of left field a little bit, but it's going to go to the Elwood City Hype Man, the trombone player who at the beginning got the group up and going. The big hype man, part of the Lincoln Blue Band, is going to be our Melee Chiropractic Play of the Game award recipient as well. They will all get customized t-shirts courtesy of the Red Zone for being your MVP of the game and your Melee Chiropractic Play of the game. Big thanks to the entire crew. Big thanks to Coach Mazzocco, Mr. Nattel, everything that they've been able to do for us getting us set up. And big thanks again to all the bands for all they've been able to do for us and the directors. Glad to be able to put this on every year. For the entire SportsNet crew, again, Josh Toman, Ash Pistachio, Rob Nattel, producer Matt Flannery, I'm James Dotson saying so long and stay tuned. Lots of great stuff coming the rest of the weekend and the rest of this fall season. We're glad you can join us on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.